Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. So guys, I've got a pick a card reading for you today. There's 4 piles. We're looking at why you are not in union. And if you have not watched my readings before, this video is going to come with a trigger warning because I tell it as it is. Okay, I tell you the truth. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So, you're going to find out why you're not moving forward and what you need to do to move forward. And if you don't want to listen to that, if you just want to, some false promises that union's imminent, I mean, it may be, I'll tell you if it is, but, for the most part, there's not many of us in union, and that's because not many of us are ready. So we're going to look at the real root cause of what's happening here in your connection. I'm going to move the piles closer to you so you can see them. We have got the Fountain Tarot with some black shimmer moonstone. We have got the Muse Tarot with selenite. We have got the Spiritsong Tarot with rainbow fluorite, and we've got the Holly Simple Tarot with Mangana calcite. So pause the video if you want, choose which one you want. There might be more than one pile for you, and all of my readings are timeless, so by all means go and check my playlists, see if there's any other readings there with piles that are going to bring a message forward that you need. Okay, so let's do this. So whilst I'm shuffling for you pile 1, just to let you know, I am doing a twin flame retreat next year. It's going to be announced in the next couple of days. It's going to go out to my student group first, then to my Facebook group, and then on my YouTube channel. There are only 20 places. It's a retreat being held near Stonehenge. We are going to Stonehenge as well. It's a 5-day retreat, and we will be working on our healing, our surrender, coming together as a collective, working together and having lots and lots of fun. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're in my student group, you'll get the first heads up. If you're in my Facebook group, you'll be the second guys to get a chance at grabbing your place. And if you follow my YouTube channel, then I will post it on my community page. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm very, very excited about this. Okay, so pile 1. Why aren't you in union with your person? What do you need to know? What's happening in your connection? Why are you not moving forward? So let's get a feel for what's happening in your connection first. This is the Fountain Tarot. It was a gift from my beautiful friend Sue, who's a regular client of mine and an all-round together lovely, lovely woman. She very kindly sent me these. If you would like to donate a tarot deck, you can find a wish list in my description box below, an Amazon wish list. Okay, let's do this, pile 1. We have got the 8 of Cups reversed, the 9 of Wands reversed, the 9 of Pentacles reversed, Strength reversed, and Temperance reversed. So an incredible amount of blocked energies for you. These cards are shuffled in all different ways up, so this is no accident they've come out like this. I'm going to riffle shuffle again, but there's a ton of blocked energies here for you. So I'm seeing that you are very resistant to healing, pile 1. You are not taking responsibility for your forward progress, and you're not in your power. You're not feeling abundant. You may have some financial problems or issues with your career at the moment. You're not feeling strong, and you are very much out of balance and not in alignment. If this isn't resonating with you, I'm going to keep that because we've got the 9 of Cups reversed as well. That turned over. So we've got 3 9s in reverse. Now 9 is the number of the Hermit. It is the card of inner reflection, inner stability, inner harmony, and it represents our independent self. So for 3 9s to come up reversed, we've got both your spiritual body, your physical, and your emotional body being impacted here. So you are out of balance with your spiritual progress. You are out of balance with your material world and your body, and you are out of balance with your emotions. And Temperance and Strength in reverse, you're not in a good place right now. But this 8 of Cups shows us that you are very resistant to doing the work. You are very resistant to healing. You have not stepped in yet to your healing journey. So let's get some clarifiers for each of these. It's going to help reinforce the message. Okay, so we've got Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Justice reversed, and the Knight of Cups. So a big part of the reason why you're not moving into your healing and you're not, taking action towards your healing is because you've not done the research. You've got the Page of Swords here. He has a very immature mental understanding or intellectual understanding of what's required. So you've got to dedicate some time to really understanding the journey of healing, the journey towards self-love and union with self, which has to happen before you can come into union with your person. And the Page of Swords suggests to me that you're not taking responsibility for that. Now, we all arrive at this journey with self-love deficit and a very codependent streak in our nature, which means we want other people to make us happy. We want other people to do things for us. And this is the zone of awareness you are in. But, in order to love yourself, you have to start being accountable for yourself. And this means going out there and doing the research and figuring out how this healing stuff works. The information's out there. Stop asking people and start learning, researching, and coming to your own conclusions. Now, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, this is very much to do with your abundance. And I do feel that your career is holding you back more than you realise. You're refusing to let go of something which does not serve you. You don't feel confident enough to make a new start. There's also some karma, which is really keeping you stuck. This could be a karmic relationship, not necessarily just with a partner. This could be within your family. It could even pertain to the work-life situation, but there is definitely 100% some karma that is keeping you out of balance also in all respects that needs to be resolved. And again, you've got to be accountable for your choices. It's really easy to blame other people for making us feel bad, but if we choose to be around them and we choose to keep repeating, that pattern, then we are keeping ourselves stuck. We have a choice every day to start afresh, and it's not easy to do that, but it is possible. You're not taking responsibility for your emotional. You want someone to rush forward and love you and make you feel better with this Knight of Cups here energy. So, you're thinking, if only my twin came back, or if only my person would love me, I'd be happy. That's codependence, that's anxious attachment, that's self-love deficit. No one can give you something that you don't already have. In love, we can only meet someone as far as they've met themselves. So someone else is not going to make you feel loved. That's a hole that you have to fill yourself. So I told you you were going to get some hard truths. There it is. Now let's see what's happening in your connection. So it looks like there's no communication for you at the moment. We've got the Three of Swords reversed. So there's some kind of pain or trauma that you've been through, which has not yet been healed. And it feels like there's a refusal or a stubbornness on both sides of the fence to actually make a decision and move forward. And with the Hermit energy here, I mean, so many nines, I feel like it's possibly you, but one of you has said, no, I don't want anything to do with you, and you've put these barriers up. Now, healthy boundaries are good, but this feels like the kind of barriers, well, if you don't do this for me, then I'm not going to talk to you. And that's conditional love. That's making demands. These aren't healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are, I'm not happy with these circumstances. Can we resolve it? Can we reach a compromise? But not talking to someone or just blocking them out and not working through, resolving it in a mature way is putting barriers up that are not going to help you. So let's see how this person is. So they are also grieving. I'm getting a lot of deception here. They've got a lot of fives, so they're in very transformative energies right now. They're also in a lot of pain. Your person with the Five of Cups reversed, and we've got the Five of Pentacles upright, has been very betrayed and hurt in the past. They have not fully processed or moved through or transformed from whatever grief, betrayal or heartache has occurred with them. They're also very dishonest, and they have really powerful rejection wounds, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. This could link back to childhood where the parents, weren't stable or supportive and could literally have abandoned the child. But the Ten of Swords is an incredibly painful card for them. So this person's probably in a dark night of the soul. They're not able to be honest and authentic because they have themselves massive barriers up to protect them from further pain. This is called intimacy avoidant. It's the opposite of the anxious attachment. This is why you get a runner and a chaser, an empath and a narcissist. And this person may not be a full-blown narcissist. This could just be a learned behaviour or a behaviour that's been, created within them as a method of protecting self and to stay in control. So, powerful reading. Some very hard truths, pile one. I'm sending you lots of love. I want to remind you that none of this is insurmountable. We're going to work through this together. We're all on this journey together. So let's see what you need to do to move forward, because you're not in union, because neither of you is healed and you're not even beginning to heal. And if you're the divine feminine in this equation, you have to be aware that you've got to heal first. The divine feminine is the torchbearer. She lights the path. She goes first. So let's have a look at what you need to do to move this connection forward for the highest good. We're going to get some oracle cards out as well. We've got the Five of Swords. We've got the Empress. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Ace of Swords. And we've got the Four of Wands in reverse. I'm going to get clarify for each of these. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Six of Wands. This is such a beautiful lineup. Isn't the tarot magical? We've got the Nine of Swords. So you've got all of the nines out. Every single one of them. There's 5 nines in this deck, pile one. And you have got them all out on the table. So a lot of this, is in your control. This is a good thing. You're going to be able to resolve a lot of this by healing yourself. So you've got to let go of this very confrontational way of communicating, and also being in conflict with self. That negative voice in your head that's constantly bullying you. You shouldn't have done that. You should have said this. You're such an idiot. Why haven't you done that? You've got to rein that in, but you've also got to be aware of how your communication can be abrasive, abrupt, or confrontational. It doesn't serve you. There's a real need to slow down here and get grounded and to start addressing the way you communicate, both internally with yourself and externally with others. The Empress is reminding you to come into your divine feminine power, and the Hanged Man is the surrender card. This is a beautiful lineup here. It's reminding you that when you step into your own power, you are the creator of your own destiny. You just need to surrender to that knowing. You need to surrender to spirit. You need to surrender to the infinite flow of abundance that is available to you. It's your birthright to be happy, whole, comfortable and loved, but you have to claim it. You have to take responsibility, which is something you've got a problem with. You don't want to take care of yourself. You just want, a knight in shining armor to swoop in and love you and make everything better. But you've got to give this love to yourself with this Queen of Cups energy and trust that you can be victorious. I feel like for you almost feel like self-love is impossible. Like you kind of like, well, who really achieves that? Who really loves themselves? We're all broken, we're all wounded. And you know what? We are. And that's why twin flames are on a mission. That's why we're on a mission to spread unconditional love, to learn it for ourselves so that we can teach it to others. Because when you love yourself, life is good, life is easier. And this is the twin flame mission, to light up the world with love. And you need to step into that mission and trust that you can be victorious. There's also some truth that you're not seeing here. Yeah, we've got the Ace of Swords, and it's clarified by the Nine of Swords, which is, as I said, we've got all the nines out. The Nine of Swords is the card of nightmare, painful anxiety, depression, keeping yourself awake at night, ruminating, generally just feeling awful. It's such a painful, lonely energy. But the truth is that you have the power to heal this, and you need to take hold of this truth with both hands and run with it. Now, we've also got the Four of Wands in reverse and the Six of Cups. This is the union card and the soulmate card. You've got to stop focusing on union being the ultimate goal and the only expectation or outcome that's going to make you feel better. Because when you stop focusing on that and you start taking responsibility for all of the rest, these energies unblock all by themselves. Yeah, union. You can make happier, healthy decisions and attract happy, healthy relationships when you're in a happy, healthy, balanced place. So you really, really need to stop focusing on that. You need to let it go and trust that that will flow to you in divine timing when you take care of yourself, when you begin to come into union with yourselves. This is a very powerful reading for you, pile one. I hope I've not triggered you too hard. You can book a private reading with me if you need further clarification, but really this is just about getting on that healing path. You can do this. You're stronger than you think. You were born a twin. If you're a twin flame, or you're a high-level soulmate, or you're dealing with a very spiritual connection, you are a very highly ascended soul. Okay, you are ready for this. You are ready to come into union with yourself. This is what you planned for yourself before you incarnated here. You've got to trust that you've got what it takes to do it, because this is your destined path. You have to have faith. Okay, And I know that it's really hard when you've got anxiety, everything feels insurmountable. But by having faith in spirit, having faith in this journey, you're going to move forward in a much more powerful way. Trust that abundance is flowing to you. I know they might feel that there's so many shadows, so many things blocking you and keeping you back, but these are born of your own negative thought processes, your self-limiting beliefs. Focus on love and focus on spiritual love. This card's got purple and green in it, the colours of the heart chakra and the third eye. Focus on the love you can draw into yourself, that infinite flow of it from the divine. Wisdom, trust that you have it in spades. Be your own best friend and keep hoping. You know, this is the colour of the crown chakra, and blue, the colour of the throat chakra, truth. You know, you've got to have hope and faith. You need to hold on to that. Above all else, endure. You've got to develop this stamina to keep going. It's not going to happen for you overnight. You know, I put a post on my community page yesterday, and it was the journey of the butterfly that reminds us you're not just going to wake up one morning with wings. And with so many butterflies in this reading, it feels really appropriate. You know, the caterpillar spends days taking in all the good stuff, eating. That's this research you've got to do, soaking it all up, taking in all the good stuff, taking it all in until, you know, at least your frontal lobe, your logical mind can grasp it. And then we need to do the hermit. We need to go into our cocoon. We need to give ourselves time for that transformation, that inner self-reflection and that inner work. Then you are reborn the butterfly. You've got to endure. You've got to, you know, trust that it takes time and lovingly allow yourself that period of growth. Be patient with yourself and stick with it. Be disciplined. I'm sending you lots and lots of love, Par 1. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do that at happysouls1111.com. You can also find me on Instagram, and I do offer tons of other healing services. Check them out on my website. I do classes as well, and coming together with other twins is really powerful. I've also got a network support group on Facebook. You can join me over there. The link is also in the description box. So I'm sending you loads of light, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Part 2. So whilst I'm shuffling Part 2, just to let you know, I'm doing a twin flame retreat next year in June. It's right near Stonehenge. We will be visiting Stonehenge. We'll be bringing loads of twins together to help you surrender and heal and get in a good place, get you closer to union with self, which is going to help you move closer to union with your person. So I will announce that in my student circle first. That's for my students only, so they get first dibs. There's only 20 places. And then it will go out to my Facebook group. You can find the link to that in the description below. And then I will announce it on YouTube. So I look forward to seeing you there. I'm very, very excited to bring twins together. But let's do your reading today. What is keeping you from union? Why aren't you in union, Part 2? I hope you watched the intro. I'm going to give you the trigger warning again now. I tell it like it is, okay? I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. So if you don't like that kind of reading, you can turn off now. Right, so why aren't you in union? We've got Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the 5 of Swords. We've got the 9 of Wands. We've got the High Priestess. I'm going to get one more. And we have got the 10 of Cups. So I'm feeling that you are in a tremendous amount of pain and that there's been some kind of brutal conflict. Now, there's no winners in this kind of confrontation. You know, this has been very painful. And I feel like your material world is also out of balance. It could be that you're not working with the High Priestess card here upright. I feel like all of your stamina and endurance, indicated by the 9 of Wands, is pumped into your spiritual work, but it's out of sync with your material world. And you're very focused on union rather than being focused on union with self. For some of you, this 10 of Cups indicates a family situation. There's a tower moment coming here that you may have been resisting or maybe going through. But if you're in a karmic situation, you're not going to move into union with this other person, assuming, you know, that's what you want. So it's quite possible here there's also some very painful and brutal karma that you're processing. But I feel like you have massive stamina and discipline for the spiritual work, but it's out of sync with your material world. And this doesn't just mean work, home life and so forth, but actually you're, you know, grounding stuff in your physical body, because if you're still communicating from a very confrontational place, you know, you're operating from ego-based fears, and that's not going to serve you. or your connection. Now I'm going to get some clarifiers to these as well so we can shed some more light on it. Got the Ace of Wands, the Devil in reverse, the Empress in reverse, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Ten of Swords. So, you know, definitely here there's a need for a brand new start. There's a need to balance your spirituality with your material world, and also to understand that you're releasing some kind of codependence, addictions, you know, really unhealthy habits with your relationships, work and so forth. And I feel like you're being very triggered by the people around you. I'm getting this feeling that you're kind of on your high horse at the moment. You've actually done a lot of studying. You've actually learned what it means to be spiritual and enlightened, and you preach this stuff, but honestly, babe, you're not practicing it. And you may be being triggered by someone younger than you, especially, and kind of telling them you need to do this, you need to do that. But we've got the Empress here. If you're the divine feminine, you're in very distorted feminine energy, you're not practicing what you preach, because your words, you know, your communication methods are not coming from a place of love. They're coming from a place of rage, anger, resentment, bitterness, all of these unhealed shadow aspects of self that you've not yet released. And you feel pretty determined to maintain conversation and communication with your person, but you're ignoring all of the shadow aspects of self. And this is such an interesting card. This lady's looking forward, but she's ignoring all of these shadow aspects dancing around her. The Page of Swords is about communication, and you're not seeing that your communication right now is warped and not coming from a healthy, balanced place. And even though you're very focused on your spiritual work, we've got the Queen of Wands here. You know, the Queen of Wands is manipulative. She uses her sexuality and femininity and her feminine skills and gifts, such as psychic work, in an unhealthy, fear-based or ego-driven way. With the Ten of Cups clarified here by the Tower and the Ten of Swords reversed, there is certainly unresolved healing that needs to occur in your family. You know, there's a Tower moment here that you need to face and you need to heal from. And until you start taking responsibility for how you communicate rather than blaming everyone else in this situation, you're not going to move forward with this. You know, there's a lot of pain here, and I want to give you a pat on the back because, as I said, you're really disciplined with your spiritual work, but you need to start practicing what you preach. Psychic gifts are all well and good, but if they're not used wisely, they can be taken from you. And, you know, you're using them to prop up your ego, your self-esteem, your self-worth. You're not actually you know, using them to heal self, which is what they're intended for. Now, in terms of how your counterpart is in this connection, I feel like they've moved away from you. They don't see the truth of this connection. You know, they're very focused on their work life right now. This person is blocking triggers. They're blocking their heart space. They are, you know, refusing to be engaged. They are very strong and solid in terms of being able to block out this connection. And of course, that doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve them. But, you know, this is the place they are in. And until you bring things into balance, this person's going to keep running. So let's get some more for them. What's happening in the connection with this person? So we've got the Page of Cups, we've got the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Muse of Wands. Now, with the Page of Cups here, I feel like the energy or the communication between you is always very light-hearted, very casual. You weren't getting any kind of high-level commitment, and this person has just walked away. Now, I feel like they've sensed that there's an imbalance here. There's an emotional imbalance in this connection, and they themselves are very consumed by very limiting beliefs about themselves. They also have really big self-worth issues, and whilst you pump that into your spirituality to build up your confidence, they pump it into their career and their work. But they weren't giving equally in this connection. You know, there was no equal or reciprocal communication or conduct, and they need to be woken up, and they're not there yet, is what I'm hearing. There's a lot of fire energy in this person. I feel you could be dealing with a fire sign, but they are also very up in their head. There's a lot of eights of them here, which means they're processing a lot of karma at the moment. They're on their own journey. So you need to leave this person be, and you need to focus on you. Neither of you is in a position to be in union with the other, because you're both coming at one another with very unbalanced energy. You're both unaligned. So let's see what you need to do to move forward for your highest good. So we've got the I Am card. We've got Death in reverse. We've got the Five of Wands. We have got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And we have got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. We've got the Star in reverse. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. We've got the Lovers in reverse. And we have got the Six of Cups in the reverse. I mean, the first thing that jumps out at me, part two, is that this karmic situation you're in, you're thinking to yourself, I'm not going to leave that unless my person's going to be there for me. It's like you want to jump from one relationship to the other. You don't want to have that new beginning on your own. You don't feel that you can face that. And there's a big red flag there. If that's how you're really feeling, you've got to be honest with yourself and acknowledge this is codependence, that you're jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. But if you are unhealed, that connection's never going to work. And if you're waiting for your person to come forward so you can leave that relationship, that's not going to happen. That's not how the twin flame journey or soulmate connections work. You're guided to heal yourself and come into union with self. So you really need to acknowledge how powerful you are. You have natural healing ability. You've got huge I Am presence. And once you bloom, once you go through this powerful transformation, which you're resisting, you have no faith in your ability to transform and become this person of light. You want it so bad, but you're very focused on the practical psychic skills rather than the spiritual healing that's required. But you have so much love and light in you. You have huge healing presence. You need to understand how powerful a voice you are going to be in this community when you work through this healing, because you're going to understand all these people that are coming from this same place you're in now. You're going to understand how hard it is to hold on to faith. You're going to understand how hard it is to learn to communicate in a healthy way and to change all of these things about yourself. And that is going to empower you to heal more. You have huge I Am presence. You are a big, beautiful light. And you need to trust and have faith that you can transform. You can and you will. The Five of Wands here mirrors that Five of Swords energy that we had. You know, you've got to learn to negotiate and compromise from a fair place and to be less impulsive in your communication. Stop charging in like a bull in a china shop. You know, strength isn't in how assertive and confrontational you are. You know, I feel like you're like, I'm going to tell a bitch. I'm going to, you know, it's coming from a place of rage and anger. It's not coming from a place of love or desire to create resolution. And again, you know, you're just waiting for this new beginning with someone else rather than creating this new beginning for yourself by leaving this painful situation you're trapped in. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Six of Cups, is that refusal to take control and to move forward, to take action or even plan taking action to heal the inner child wounds that your soul is crying out for you to let go of. You've got to start confronting them. You've got to unpack that bag. And I love the way it's demonstrated in this card, because there is actually a little girl sat on a suitcase. Now, when I say unpack your bag, we all carry a suitcase, yeah? We carry it through life. And every time we suffer grief, trauma, pain, it all gets packed into that suitcase and we carry it with us. And you've got to unpack it. You've got to unpack that bag. Most of this is in childhood for you. It's deeply rooted in childhood, and I understand how painful that is, but you need a plan to tackle that. You can't keep ignoring this. Now is the time to focus on your healing and to be brave and bold and to trust that you're ready. You're ready to do this work. You are so much stronger than you realise. So let's get some oracle cards as well. Confidence. So self-confidence is a thing for you. As I said, you get it from your spiritual work, but you need to nurture the confidence within you in all aspects of life, that you're a beautiful, brilliant light being. You need to focus on the spiritual love you can draw down in abundance. And as I say abundance, we get the abundance card out. I love the tarot. It's so magical. You need to be brave now. You need to trust that you're ready to face these inner wounds, these inner child wounds that you've been carrying for so long. And look how resilient you are to carry that pressure, to carry that pain, to carry that weight. You know, give yourself a pat on the back. You are not a weak person. Don't you be telling yourself that. You need to also focus on what you want. You need to visualize, imagine what you want for a peaceful, happy, abundant life, and allow yourself to believe it. Set goals. You know, tell yourself, set intentions. This is what I want. This is who I want to be. This is where I want to be. This is the life I want. And trust you're going to get it. You're being also asked to develop more compassion in your communication. Again, you've got to be really mindful of thinking before you speak. I feel this is a particularly bad habit of yours. And also trust that luck is on your side. The universe is always taking care of you. And you can use your spirituality to inspire that forward motion and your ability to manifest. There's also a need here. This is a reminder. It's the generosity card. It's a reminder to give more than you take. Okay, when we give, we receive back threefold, and you're being asked to give more than you take and to follow your dreams. And I'm feeling that your dreams have been particularly triggering lately, but there's messages in there that you should not ignore. And as a final card, keep the faith, pile 2. Trust this is all going to move in the right direction. Trust you are strong enough. Trust you're going to be a beautiful voice in this community to support others. I really hope that helps. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book via my website, happysouls1111.com. I offer a ton of healing services over there as well. If you need mutual support, come and join my Facebook group. You can find the link in the description box below. So many happy souls over there waiting to help you out. You can also find me on Instagram where I do mini readings at happysouls1111. So I'll see you next time, pile 2. Thank you for tuning in. Whew, intense energies today. Pile 3. Why aren't you in union? Now, while I'm shuffling, just want to let you know I am doing a twin flame retreat next year. We're doing it in June. It's right near Stonehenge. We will be visiting Stonehenge. I'll be releasing information and booking options first into my student circle, then into my Facebook group. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and then I'll announce it on YouTube. So there's only 20 places. If you would like to come and join us next year and do lots of healing, move towards surrender and union with self, I would love for you to join me on the retreat. So we're looking first at your current energies. Why aren't you in union, pile 3? We've got the 5 of Cups out first. This is the Spiritsong Tarot. The Page of Pentacles, the World in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, the 6 of Cups, and the Hanged Man in reverse. So you're hurting. You're really hurting. It's clarified by Strength. 10 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, it's called the Shaman in this card, 10 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Pile 3. So you're readjusting at the moment. I feel like you've been through some massive pain, some massive betrayal, massive heartache. This is grief and regret and resentment. And, you know, this is a beautiful image, this little firefly with this little butt lighting up. You know, there is hope here, there's faith, but you're not feeling very strong right now. You're feeling weak. You're feeling like a child left out in the dark. I feel like some kind of relationship has come to an end for you and you're struggling. You don't feel strong. You don't feel powerful or confident or able to hold on to your strength and your independence. You're not enjoying being on your own and having to plan everything, fix everything, and to be responsible. I feel like you're so overwhelmed right now. You're not accepting this ending. You're not embracing this opportunity for powerful change. And we've got the World and the Wheel in reverse here. And both of these cards are indicative of you being resistant to these cyclic changes. And you just need to embrace it and trust that you can stand on your own feet. Trust that you can be independent. So long as you're sat there resenting it and feeling overwhelmed, you're giving away your power. And the divine is trying to show you how to grow into that role, and be committed, courageous, brave, and that powerful, strong, balanced person. But you're resisting these messages from spirit. You're not allowing yourself the time. And, you know, this is also a number 5 card. This is about change also. You're not allowing yourself the time to embrace it. If you don't mind me saying, you're a bit woe is me right now. You're kind of dwelling in your pain, your sadness, and you're not looking forward. I feel like you're kind of hoping your soulmate will roll in and rescue you and bring back that stability to your life. And that's codependence, that's anxious attachment. You know, you're refusing to surrender to the changes, you're refusing to surrender to the lessons Spirit is teaching you. And I know the situation you're in right now sucks. No one's telling you you shouldn't be sad or upset about it, but you do have to accept it. And you have to trust that even though you didn't get what you wanted, that you've got what you need. And this is an opportunity for beautiful growth and expansion for you. You just need to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Your soulmate or twin isn't going to sweep in and save you. You know, you're being called to do this for yourself. So there's a real need here to step up to the plate, to man up, pull on your big girl pants, pull up your bootstraps, and you can do this, pile 3. You've got this. Right, so let's see what the energy is in your connection. 9 of Swords, massive anxiety, no movement, no shift. This person's probably moved away from you. It's on and off, or they're not coming back. We've also got the Devil here, so a lot of very distorted energy. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. This person could already be involved with someone else. So there's a lot of distorted, unhealthy energy here. There's a lot of codependence, addiction, obsession. There's a tremendous amount of anxiety with neither party having the perspective to create transformation, to create change into the connection. And I feel like you're constantly, both of you, skimming over the surface and not really getting deep into your emotions. It's all surface stuff. You're not really allowing yourself to communicate from an authentic place. And again, with that Devil card, these are very unhealthy energies. 3 of Crystals, this is 2 things. For some of you, this is a karmic situation that hasn't been resolved. For some of you, this is a refusal to collaborate and work together to resolve the negative energies that are between you. So let's see where your person's at with it. We've got the Ace of Swords. We've got the 4 of Cups in reverse. We've got the 4 of Swords. We've got the Fool. And we have got the 2 of Cups. I mean, goodness me, this person cares for you a tremendous amount. They could be tied up in another relationship for some of you. But above all else, this person knows the truth about your situation. They know that you are a soul connection, but they don't feel like they can really do the soul searching and reevaluation to come forward with this at the moment. I feel like they just take themselves away. They detach themselves at regular intervals because they can't cope with the intensity. I feel like they desperately want the new start and they see the potential in your connection. I mean, this is the Union card right here. I'm only saying it could pertain to some karmic connection because it's coming up over this 3 of Pentacles. But likewise, it could equally mean that they want to work together with you to make this work. So honestly, I do think this person loves you, but you're both battling very similar wounding. And I feel a lot of this is about taking responsibility for selves. This has come up in all piles, to be honest with you. But for you guys, I feel like you're a little bit further ahead. I feel like, you know, pile 2 hadn't quite left their karmic situation. For you, pile 3, I feel like you have. You know, you're just still processing that heartbreak. So what do you need to do to move forward? We've got the Hermit in reverse. We've got the Emperor. We've got the Ace of Wands. We have got the 4 of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, and this is clarified by the Queen of Swords reversed, the 7 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords. Oh, 2 came out, so I'm going to keep them both. Would you look at that? That's the High Priestess and the Empress. So this is probably definitely a twin flame connection for you, or a high level soulmate, because you've got those counterpart cards. So what do you need to do to move forward, pile 3? Honestly, you need to start going within. You need to give yourself that time on your own to reflect, to go deep, to stop wallowing in self-pity and to actually start planning. There's also a lot of bitterness and resentment that needs to be relieved. And I feel like you point the finger a lot. You're so angry with the people outside of you for bringing you this grief and pain. But there's a need to go within and see how you allowed this and how you made the choice to stay in situations that didn't serve you. This is about learning to trust yourself again. But to trust yourself, you have to have enough awareness to go within and take responsibility for your own part in the problems you've experienced. I'm also feeling here as well that there's a tendency to be very controlling and manipulative in your communication. And you know, you're the kind of person that will say things to your twin or your soulmate in order to bring about a desired outcome, rather than, you know, for example, well, if you don't do this, or I'll ignore him for 2 weeks because that's going to drive him crazy and he's going to come rushing towards me. It's the kind of mind controlling games that we play when we're in that ego-based 3D energy. And we all arrive at this journey with that. So there's no shame in it, but there's a need to identify this in yourself and possibly your person also. You need a beautiful new beginning, and you need to grasp the spiritual wand and start planning how you're going to move forward with your healing in a really determined way, a balanced way. This is about building up your energy and building up your stores. And I feel like with this journey, we've got the Four of Wands here, and it's clarified by the King of Swords, which is about logic and justice and intellectual stuff. There's a need for you to really understand this journey, to start researching it, and to stepping forward with pride, with strength, with courage, to create this comfort and stability that's going to allow you to move into union. You definitely need to grasp the one. You've got the Knight of Wands here and the High Priestess in reverse also. You know, this is being out of sync. And I feel like the reason you're in a lot of pain is you've suffered some extreme narcissistic abuse, which has forced you to question your own integrity and your own reality. So your own intuition is out of sync and needs to be recalibrated. You need to come out of this distorted feminine energy, understand that you have the power to create a beautiful way forward for yourself, but that's going to require that you get in touch with your spiritual self. You're being strongly called to that right now. And distorted feminine energy is like the victim, you know, that's the victim consciousness. And you're in this masculine energy of trying to control everything. And I understand that's protective, but it doesn't serve you. So you need to dream big. You need to remember that you're a powerful manifester, you know, and you need to make sure that you're giving more than you take, because whatever you give flows back to you in abundance. This message also came up for pile 2. If this resonates, there may be some messages in pile 2 for you also. You need to connect with spiritual love. You need to cultivate your own happiness. And you need to start communicating from a place of authenticity and sincerity. You need to aspire to be the person that you expect your soulmate or counterpart to be, you know, and you've got to have the strength to fight for being that person. You've got to develop your confidence, because there's a lot of self-worth issues here. You believe yourself to be unattractive, not good enough, not clever enough. There's all of these really dark, intrusive thoughts coming through, but focusing on your happiness and joy through embracing spirit is key for you. And to appreciate what you already have, and also to appreciate that this journey, whilst painful, is actually a blessing in disguise, because there are powerful lessons here for you that are moving you in the right direction. If only you could acknowledge them, you're going to be abundant, and things are going to work out for you. You just need to accept these triggers and this pain a bit more gracefully, and acknowledge the truth of this journey, which is your spiritual growth, expansion, and coming into union with self. Above all else, trust that you are divinely protected and guided at all times. Learn to trust in spirit, because it will always serve you. So I really hope that helps pile 3. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do that via happysouls1111.com. And you can find me on Instagram at happysouls1111 too. If you need some support on this journey, you can come and join my Facebook group. It's for twin flames, soulmates. Got interrupted then. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, which is a ball ache. Okay, so as I was saying, pile 3, you can find the link in the description box below for the Facebook group. Right, pile 4. Whew. Why aren't you in union with your person, pile 4? Whilst I'm shuffling, just to let you know, I am running a retreat next year for twin flames or soulmates, people that want to move into union and surrender with self. I will announce it first in my student group, then in my Facebook group, and then on YouTube. There are only 20 places. We're meeting in June for 5 days out near Stonehenge. We will be going to Stonehenge. I'm very, very excited about this project. Let me check I did hit record. I'm very excited to bring you all together. Okay, let's do this. Pile 4, why aren't you in union with your person? What are the current energies in you at the moment? Let's have a look. We've got the Sun reversed. We've got the Devil. We have got the 8 of Swords. We have got the 4 of Cups. We have got Death in reverse. And we have got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Goodness me, you are resisting. You are so resistant, powerful. God bless you. Okay. We've got the Two of Wands. We've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. We've got Strength. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got Five of Pentacles in reverse. And we have got the Knight of Wands. Okay. Powerful, powerful. So with the Sun here in reverse, clarified by the Four of Wands in reverse, you know, you hold this very limiting self-belief that you cannot be happy without union, that you just long for it so badly. You've got this painful longing, and you will not give up this attachment. We've got the Devil here, clarified by the Nine of Wands, which is endurance. Man, you have got some stamina for pain. Okay, you've got all of these limiting self-beliefs about your own strength and ability. And if you don't mind me saying, you're pretty self-absorbed right now. You're not seeing all of the joy and opportunity that is available to you. And it's really interesting that the Four of Cups is clarified by the Three of Cups. Because look at the Four of Cups. You know, the Four of Cups, he's miserable, and he's not seeing these three happy cups up here because he's so focused on his own pain. And it is clarified by the three happy cups. So, you know, you really need to focus on what you do already have in abundance and take your focus off union. You're resisting this transformation. You're so focused on the pain that you're feeling from this rejection by your person. This is death here. You are resisting transformation. You are resisting that forward motion. And with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, again, you are resisting that cyclic change, and you are just chasing. The Son of Wands is the chaser. You're just chasing. You're not seeing what this journey is about. So these are very painful energies for you to be in. But my goodness, you're stubborn. You know, I feel like you kind of do know what this journey is about, but you just don't allow yourself to see past that. You don't see that you can be someone that's healed. Instead, you're putting all of your faith and hope on your person just coming back to rescue you. So let's see what the current energy is in your connection. The Lovers, the Three of Wands, the Fool in reverse, the Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. So I feel like there could potentially be communication and contact with you two at the moment, but it looks like one of you or both of you is involved in a karmic situation. The Fool in reverse shows us that this is a false start. It's not the real new beginning you wanted. And even though there's been apologies and some fast forward movement, this feels like it's on very unsteady ground. So, you know, there's definitely a union of hearts here, and there's a lot of care and love between you, but it also feels like there's a karmic situation that isn't resolved. Your person is having a tower moment. You know, it could be that their third party cycle is approaching an end or has come to an end, but they have got their barriers up. They're not ready for that new start. They're not ready to make a decision. They are very much holding back, is what I'm feeling. So, you know, neither of you is getting what you want out of this situation. I do feel like this is a lot of pain. This is creating a lot of pain for both of you. So how do you need to move forward for your highest good, pile 4? We have got the Hierophant. We have got Judgment. We have got the Star in reverse, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. So you need to start listening to the higher guidance that's presented to you by Spirit. I feel like, again, we've got the Ten of Wands here clarifying this in reverse. You've just not been prepared to take responsibility for yourself. When you allow yourself to connect to Spirit, you're going to trigger an awakening that brings you back into emotional balance, that gives you that feeling of self-fulfillment as far as your emotions are concerned, so that you don't need it outside of yourself, which is where you are at the moment with this devil energy. You also need to develop the faith in your ability to actually work this out, because that holds you back more than anything else, is this fear that you can't actually do this. And you know, there's a desire here with the King of Pentacles and the Emperor to step into your own power and take control of your own life and the provisions for your comfort. You've got to let your barriers down also, because I feel like they fly up. Yeah, this is the King of Cups reversed. There's a lot of Scorpio energy in this reading, by the way, so there may be a lot of water signs in yourself or your person's chart. But you know, your barriers go up when your emotional needs aren't met and you don't have healthy boundaries, and you need to identify this truth about yourself. You know, I feel like there's a lot of manipulative communication here. You're coming at this relationship from a very unhealed place. And not only are you coming at it from an unhealed place, but you're not identifying the need to even begin healing. You're kind of just resisting it, you're ignoring it, you're pretending that doesn't happen, and you're just very focused on doing everything you can to manipulate the energies and try and get your person back. Now, energy doesn't lie. It doesn't matter what comes out of your mouth. If your energy is out of alignment and unbalanced, you know, this union isn't going to happen. So there's a real need here to stop focusing on union, start focusing on union with yourself. You really need to work on your confidence and self-esteem. These are shadow aspects that you've been battling most of your life. I feel a lot of these are rooted in your childhood, but I'm guided that you can release these through spiritual healing because of all the purple and green in this card. This is what's going to help you be happy, and it's also going to help you give and receive in a more equal and balanced way. You've got to be brave and strong and trust that Spirit has your back, but you are required to show some stamina. This isn't going to change for you overnight. You know, the truth is heart healing takes time, and you've got to be more compassionate to yourself and also to your counterpart who needs to work out their situation also. You need to develop more dignity in the way you handle yourself in these situations. I feel like you end up losing the plot, getting really, really angry, explosive, destructive communication and behaviours, and then you feel so bad and beat yourself up for it. It doesn't serve you. You've also got a money block or fear of lack, which is blocking the flow of abundance into your life. And you need to trust that when you tell Spirit what you want and what your intentions are, when you set clear your intentions, goals and ambitions, that you can trust that Spirit is going to deliver that to you. You've got to have faith and hope. You need to be more loving and affectionate towards yourself in your communication. You need to be more aware of how you speak to yourself and your twin, particularly when you are triggered and that this kind of dark side of you rears its ugly head. If you can think before you speak and aim to communicate in a more affectionate way, you're going to see much better results in this connection and within the connection you have to yourself. So luck is on your side. You've just got to have the courage to go after what you want. But remember, you can't manifest a person. I feel like you are the innocent party in all of this. But you've got to take responsibility for your own shadow aspects and how they create more anxiety for yourself. Above all else, have faith in your dreams, have faith in this journey. And one more. You're so beautiful. You've got beautiful, beautiful spiritual light. You're also very gifted in the third eye, and you can use this skill and this gift to help you work through this from a spiritual place, to help you develop that healing, because visualization is creation, and you're a very powerful manifester. But when you step into your power and accept that and take responsibility for your healing, you're going to move forward much more quickly on this journey. So I really hope that helps part 4. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do that through my website at it's not 4 W's obviously, it's happysouls1111.com. You can find me on Instagram, happysouls1111, and you can also find me on Facebook, where I have a support group over there. If you need help on this journey, we are all there for you. So I'm sending you lots of love and light and hoping that you find the strength to move forward in the way that you need to for your highest good and the highest good of your connection. Lots of love, my friends. Bye.